So now that we've run through our register item, we've managed to sell, managed to issue out our credit note, we should be able to now insert our stock. So sometimes there are instances in business when we transact from business to business clients who may also be using our Smart Invoice application. So they can be using one of the various solutions that ZRA has to offer with regards to Smart Invoice, of which they'll be able to sell to us, and we should be able to receive those sales that have been sold to us. So from their end, it will record as a sale. From our end, we should be able to receive that as a purchase. So when you go to your purchase management, you should be able to see every sale that has been sold to you by your supplier. So when you click on purchase management, those sales will come as sales, as purchases pending approval on your purchase management tab. So these have been as sales that have been sold to you by your supplier, and you are receiving them as the consumer. So those sales you'll be able to receive. If there's nothing that's populating on your Smart Invoice, you should be able to click the receive button, and it should be able to synchronize those sales from your suppliers and come through to your Smart Invoice application as purchases. Okay, so we click on receive. We'll see whether there are any purchases that have come through. There are none at the moment, but you should be able to receive. Have you or had you received those sales from your suppliers? So when you go to now your details, you should be able to now see the content of those purchases that you have that are pending approval. Then you should be able to approve those purchases. The process is as stated. So there are instances sometimes maybe the individuals that you've purchased from have not yet issued you with the invoice, or for one reason or another they are not on Smart Invoice. What do you do for those purchased items that you have? So in those instances, you're still able to register those purchases manually by capturing them manually. So you get the invoice that you've been issued, you click on new. So this is an accommodative measure by ZRA to ensure that your transactions relating to your stock movements and stock adjustments are in harmony with our requirements that are required for you to be able to sell on Smart Invoice. So Smart Invoice, you cannot sell without having that stock item already listed as part of your stock items. So in this case, my supplier, I'll click on my supplier there. We'll say my ABC Limited is our supplier. Okay, so ABC Limited, being our supplier, has supplied us with finished products, and we'll enter the invoice number that is on the manual invoice that we received from ABC Limited, which is 123. Okay, then we'll enter the item code for the particular item that we're increasing by entering this stock quantity. So click on the Dell laptops there, click on confirm. So remember, we're entering these quantities manually, and we are indicating as such. So our unit price for the Dell laptops is 15,000 as purchased from our suppliers, and the quantity that we've purchased, an additional quantity of 50 more laptops. So these 50 laptops is what will confirm. Click on confirm, and those will come there. So meaning this invoice that was captured manually, we were able to enter it on Smart Invoice as well manually by capturing the invoice details. So once the invoice details have been captured, we should be able to save this transaction. So once it saves, it still comes with a moniker as pending approval. Then we'll click on ABC Limited again, and we should be able to now approve this purchase to increase our stock quantity for this particular item. So once we click on approve, the purchase will be approved, and it will sit as part of our stock items. So when we click on back here, we'll be able to see as well our imports. So there are instances when we've imported items as a business from abroad, As the imports come through the border, they are cleared by customs. So customs issues a release order for the goods that come, for the imported goods that your company has imported, and that release order is what our smart invoice system now picks as imports waiting for approval. So when you click on import management here, you should be able to see all the imports that are pending approval. So those imports are pending for you to approve the quantity, whether you've been supplied the correct product, and whether that product is in good condition. So if that product in the quantity and the amount that it's been received is okay, you should be able to approve that particular imported item. Then in terms of cancellation, you should be able to as well cancel that product if you intend on rejecting that imported item for one reason or another. Maybe the imported item is not particularly for resale in the business, but as an administrative expense for your business. So that is what has been provided for by ZRA. So the approve and the cancel will only be applicable once the imported item has populated on your smart invoice desktop application. Okay, so in terms of stock management, you're still able to adjust your stock manually by clicking on your stock management tab. So on your stock management tab, you have opening/closing there. You can click on it. It gives you an overview of your stock quantities, relation to your opening stock and your closing stock quantities. So in the event that you have stock counts and you discover there's more on the floor and less in the books, you're able to adjust your stock quantities. So what is reflected physically on the store floor is what is reflected on your accounts and on your books for accounting purposes and for tax purposes. So accuracy is very important. So you're still able to adjust your stock quantities in that manner. So you click on the stock quantity that you want to adjust. In this case, we want to adjust the HP laptops. So we'll click on HP laptop and we'll click on the adjust column there. It will ask us, do we want to adjust the stock? We can say yes. So to adjust your stock, it always has to be accompanied with a reason. So in this case, we found that what is on the floor and what is in the books, there's a difference. So what is on the floor is more, what is in the books is less. So we want to increase the quantity that is being reflected in our books. So our books that we're talking about is our asset records as well, our fixed asset registers, and the various accounting books that we have pertaining to monitoring our stock quantities and ensuring that our stocks are accurately represented on the smart invoice application. So we'll click on adjustment in as our adjustment type, but there are various reasons as to why you would adjust stock. There are branch transfers where you can branch transfer out or branch transfer in. There's adjustment inwards, there's adjustment outwards, and there are disposals for those in the medicine and perishables department. You understand that you have to dispose of products that are non-consumable to the consumers that you sell to. So you'll be able to dispose of them on the smart invoice application. And for those in manufacturing, we have our raw material processing and repackaging. So you're able to repackage from the stock adjustment function that is on our smart invoice desktop application. So the adjustment inwards here, we can indicate stock count, findings, items were found on the store floor, hence an adjustment upwards of 10. Okay, so since we found these 10 items on the stock flow after our stock count, so these are part of our stock count findings, and we'll add the additional 10 there by indicating on the adjustment quantity. So on our updated quantity, we intend to see the 10 that we've just adjusted, and we should be able to save. So once we've saved, remember the quantity for HP laptops was 100 and now it's 110. So you can do this upwards and downwards adjustments provided that there's a valid reason as to why you're adjusting your stock upwards or downwards. So this is what Smart Invoice provides for those in fast moving goods and services. The application is quite versatile in handling most, if not all, of your business needs. Yes. Thank you.